Hello everyone, Rockzilla here with another video. This time around I'm going to try something a little bit different. Now, in the past I've done one rant about EA's NHL video games, and I've decided to do something a little different that is also a rant. And this time, for the very first time since I've been making videos here on my YouTube channel, I've decided that, you know what, it's time to make a rant about the Minnesota Wild's jerseys. Now, I'm going to go all the way back almost a decade ago, as of this video, back to 2007 when the Wild unveiled their Reebok Edge jerseys. Now look at these two. What do you notice? Not only that one's red and one's white, one has the logo front and center and the other has the logo in a roundel. But note that there are two completely different designs. To this day, since 2007, the Minnesota Wild have not had two matching jerseys. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I decided to make this video because yesterday, as of this video, I watched the Wild get eliminated by the Dallas Stars. And I was thinking to myself, seeing the Wild in their green jerseys, why the hell haven't they made those their home jerseys yet? It makes no sense to me. Anyways, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up the timeline to 2008, one season later, when the Wild unveiled their green third jersey. Now look at this jersey and look at this red jersey. This red jersey, it's very plain. It has that stupid phantom shoulder yoke piping, and it's very Christmassy. Now, the jersey itself is simple, but the thing is, there's already a third of the NHL already has a red jersey. I mean, look at this and look at their third jersey. If the Wild ever made this jersey their home jersey, the Wild would actually be the only team in the NHL to have a dark green home jersey. Plus, they would only be the second team in the league with a green home jersey. I mean, why aren't these guys owning forest green? It's a great color, and as far as I'm concerned, the Wild have a great color scheme. Now, the thing is, I'm going to move up the timeline to a little bit more recent time, which was 3 years ago, back in 2013, where the Wild unveiled this road jersey so that they would have a jersey more similar to their current set of jerseys, aka their third jersey. Now look at this jersey and look at the white jersey that it replaced. I mean, this jersey is a lot more traditional looking, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a very nice jersey. But the problem that the Wild now have is that they still haven't addressed the main problem. They still not only have three different jersey designs, they also have three different logos on the front of their jerseys. First off, their third jersey has a word mark. Their home jersey has a roundel logo. And their new road jersey has their current logo, their main logo, front and center. And back to their third jersey. This jersey doesn't even have trimming around the numbers. This one's got trim, this one's got dark green trim. And their Stadium Series jersey is the only other jersey that doesn't have any trim around the numbers. Plus, their new road jersey is white and forest green, and completely lacking of the antique white that is on their current red home jersey as well as their forest green third jersey. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. But 3 years ago, according to a few rumors that I heard, the Wild were actually considering a vintage white road jersey, which I think would have been the best tie-in to their identity right now. But the thing is, I hear that they scrapped it because supposedly they thought they would have had trouble telling Minnesota apart from the home teams that they were playing on the road because their jersey was a colored jersey, because it would have been off-white, vintage white, cream color. But the only time I think they would have ever had any issue was the 4 or 5 times a season they'd be playing in Nashville against the Predators. Which, you know, I don't think vintage white versus gold for a few games a season would really be that big of a deal. And I kind of think it is a bit of a shame that they didn't go with an off-white road jersey, even though I do like, actually, let me say this, I actually really like Minnesota's new road jersey. Also notice that the red jersey's plain, completely different. This jersey has 2 stripes on the arms and the waist. And look at the third jersey. What do you notice about the striping there? The striping's thicker on this jersey than the road jersey. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Also note that the road jersey has squared off shoulder yoke, has a squared off shoulder yoke, sorry. This has got a rounded shoulder yoke, and this has a rounded shoulder yoke. Plus, they both have phantom shoulder yoke piping. You know, these guys just make no sense to me. And get this as well. Let me go back to their third jersey here. Every time the Wild play a home playoff game, they are always wearing this jersey. Why haven't they made this their home jersey by now? Is beyond me. Not only is it a lot more similar to their new road jersey, which I thought they made their new road jersey so that they could at least make this jersey their home jersey. But no. They wear this for every home playoff game, but it's still their third jersey. And another thing is that this jersey here is a huge step up from this red jersey here. I mean, it is a much, much better jersey. I mean, come on, Minnesota, this is ridiculous. Seriously, this is ridiculous. And you want to hear a little bit of something interesting, a little interesting fact. I heard 3 years ago that the Wild were actually planning on making this jersey here their home jersey. I mean, really? Why haven't you done it by now? Like, seriously, it makes no sense to me. It doesn't make much sense to anyone, right? I mean, come on. I mean, and this is a huge step up from this. I mean, give me a break. And by making this their home jersey, they would actually be able to own forest green in the NHL and have a true identity. In fact, I would even go as far as saying that the Minnesota Wild have the biggest identity crisis in the NHL. I mean, look at their jerseys. They have 3 different logos on each jersey. I mean, each jersey has a different logo. And on top of that, I've actually seen concepts on the internet that are either just as good as what they're wearing now, or arguably even better. I mean, if people on the internet can come up with stuff better than their current identity, I think Minnesota needs to have a look at themselves and go back to the drawing board. At least make a green version of the road jersey. I mean, that would be a well-received move. At least from what I've heard from other people. And on top of all that, for the majority of the years that Minnesota has had an NHL franchise, whether it was the original North Stars or the Minnesota Wild, they have always had a green-colored jersey. I mean, the North Stars, from 1967 all the way until 1991, they had a green jersey. And from 2000 till 2007, when the Wild first entered the league all the way back in 2000, they have worn a green jersey. And since the 08-09 season, the Wild have had a green third jersey, which is the jersey you see here. I mean, in my opinion, Minnesota has been known throughout the years for having a green jersey. I mean, they may not have the Kelly green that the North Stars had, but they should definitely take advantage of the forest green that they now use as the Wild. I mean, seriously, they need to be A team that owns forest green. I mean, the Dallas Stars now own a shade of green that is very similar to Kelly green, but it's a little bit darker, but it's tough to tell. And the thing is, forest green is just as good of a color in my opinion. And I think the Wild should own it. I mean, come on. I mean, if you have a red third jersey, that's one thing. Or a non-green third jersey. Obviously, that's one thing. But, I mean, come on. Minnesota over the years has had a unique identity, even as the North Stars, because they had a green jersey. I mean, why not take advantage of that? And besides, compared to their non-green jerseys, even dating back to their days as the North Stars before they relocated to Dallas, Minnesota has always looked better with a green jersey, and seeing the Wild with a red home jersey, in my opinion, is just not right. Now, back when they unveiled their new road jersey, I was really hoping for a vintage white version of this jersey. I mean, for a jersey with a phantom shoulder yoke, it's one of the few jerseys with a Reebok edge quirk to it that I actually like. The thing is, I thought a vintage white version of this would have been good. But since they've unveiled their new road jersey, I think they should make a green version of this. I think I like the white and forest green a lot better than the forest green and vintage white. And the thing is, Minnesota has a great logo. I mean, I honestly like the word mark myself, but the thing is, I prefer the logo much better. And look at it. I mean, it's a great logo. And if you didn't know, if you look at the logo here, it's actually the head of a bear. I mean, that is some of the best. This is one of the most subtle logos the NHL's ever had. And in my opinion, it has the best subtle nod to it since the Hartford Whalers H inside their logo. I mean, this logo, is that clever. And whoever designed that logo, in my opinion, is an absolute genius. And I don't know why the Wild don't have it front and center on 2 jerseys. I mean, they got 3 different logos. I mean, why is it stuck in a roundel on the red jersey? I mean, it's ridiculous. And another thing, and there's 2 things about this road jersey I don't like either. I mean, the nameplates are oversized, even though it doesn't show it here because this is just a random photo that I found. But the thing is, they've also got the shoulder logo, which is the logo on the red jersey, the roundel. I mean, come on, you can come up with something a little bit better than that, right? And the striping here is not as thick as the green third jersey. And there's something else that I don't like about their current jerseys right now. And I'm going to show it to you real quick. Anyway, do you notice something about the Minnesota Wild's laces in this photo when they're on the ice? If you don't, anyway, look at them closely. Do you notice that they're exactly like the mock ties that we saw in the 2013-14 Stadium Series games, where some of the teams, such as the Islanders, the Kings, and the Ducks, had the mock ties instead of the lace-ups? I mean, depending on the jersey, sometimes it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it suited the Islanders Stadium Series jersey, and it looked good on the Kings original Stadium Series jersey, but for a traditional looking jersey such as this Wild jersey here, obviously minus the shoulder yoke piping, it just doesn't look right. And in my opinion, it looks like an absolute eyesore. I hate it. And on top of that, the Wild have the same mock tie on their home and road jerseys, and I think it sucks. It does not suit the jerseys at all, and it's yet another thing that I hate about the Wild's 3 jerseys right now. Anyway, I think Minnesota needs to dump these mock ties as soon as possible because the old lace-up collars that they had before, in my opinion, are far, far better than these. Now, there's another thing that annoys me about these guys here too. Look at this Stadium Series jersey. It's quite a bit better than their current red home jersey. And I never say that about Stadium Series jerseys, especially because of their track record. And at the bare minimum, these guys should at least retire their red jersey, make their third jersey their home jersey, and make this their third jersey. I mean, obviously they should make the numbers and the letters on the back smaller, as well as the numbers on the arms. And what I would also do is give it a lace-up collar and a matching hem stripe that matches the two stripes on the arms. Give this a lace-up. You could even make a vintage white version of this as a road jersey, and these guys would have a truly unique identity and be the only team with a dark green jersey and a non-white road jersey. I mean, how cool would that be? I think it would be great. And thumbs down for the collar. I mean, I hate these stupid overlapping collars they decided to bring out this year. I don't get why they did that. But look at this jersey. I mean, this is a jersey you could make a third jersey. You could even make a new home jersey out of this. I mean, in my personal opinion, so far, this is my favorite Stadium Series jersey. I mean, look at it. It's a fantastic jersey. And look at their logo. Look at how nice it looks on a green jersey. I mean, I'd take that over the word mark any day. And the truth is, I like the word mark. So it's just a head scratcher for me. These guys have three completely different identities. Three completely different jerseys. Or logos on the front. They got two jerseys that are similar, but even the road jersey has multiple differences from the home jersey. I just don't get it. They don't have the same logo, or pardon me, from the third jersey. They don't have the same logo. This one has a squared shoulder yoke. The other one has a round shoulder yoke. The striping on this is thinner than the third jersey. I mean, come on. I mean, even if they made a jersey based off of this that was forest green and white, it would look fantastic. I mean, come on, Minnesota. You got to do something. I mean, they need to at least make their third jersey their home jersey. And look at this. This is actually a really nice jersey. And if they could make some changes to this, I mean, come on. This would make a damn good home jersey. And you know what? If they made this a third jersey, it would be just as good. I mean, I don't understand why the Wild haven't done anything. I mean, I just don't get it. Their third jersey and their Stadium Series jersey are way better than their home jersey. I think it's time to retire the red jersey and own forest green. I mean, come on, guys. This is a chance. This is a case where you can own an identity for the right reasons. Not because it's ugly, not because you're trying to be creative and come up with some piece of crap jersey. This is a great identity, and as far as I'm concerned, the Minnesota Wild need to own it, and it's about damn time, too. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. Drives me crazy. These guys make me scratch my head. They play in the playoffs. They wear their third jersey at home. I mean, it's about time. Your third jersey is more similar to your road jersey than your red jersey ever will be. And they haven't even made that their home jersey at the bare minimum. I mean, I just don't get these guys. These guys make me scratch my head. And they put the Roundel logo from their red jersey on the shoulders of this one. I mean, seriously? It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's it for this video, but I would like to finish this video by apologizing for my last video. Like, I just watched it again for the first time, and I honestly, there were way too many bad edits on my part. I thought it was poorly edited, and I was in a real rush to get it done because I was going on vacation, and I was super, super busy, and I knew that if I didn't get that video done when I did it, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get it done, and by the time I could have had time to do it, I kind of would have missed the bus on the news about jerseys, and there would have been no point in posting it and taking the time to make the video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until I make more videos down the road, take care, and as I always say, bye for now.